Welcome to the Till Death Paranormal podcast, where my wife Claire
and my husband Si dive into the true tales of hauntings, possessions, and the unexplainable.
Each week we share chilling stories, explore the darker corners of the supernatural, and maybe even laugh through the fear.
So grab your brew, fetch your flashlight,
lock the doors, and remember,
the dead don't always stay quiet.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. Each week we delve into different supernatural topics, and this week it's Possessed Object Week.
It is, and after our last episode was on the Conjuring house, we thought we'd carry on the theme and discuss the Annabelle doll.
Yes, the Annabelle doll. Now, if you've seen the movies, you might think you know this story, but the real Annabelle is far more terrifying than Hollywood could ever portray, and she's not even the creepy porcelain doll that you see in the films.
No, she really isn't. The actual real Annabelle doll is seemingly innocent Raggedy Ann doll that has been terrorising people for over 50 years. And unlike the movies, this story is very, very real.
Apparently so. 50 years is a long time to terrorise people.
Yeah, it's a very long time. Okay, so let's start with what Annabelle actually is. So forget everything you've seen in the movies. The real Annabelle isn't a Victorian porcelain doll with a cracked face. No, she really isn't. She's a large Raggedy Ann doll about 3 foot tall with the classic red orangey yarn hair, button eyes, and the perpetual stitch smile.
Yeah, that creepy smile that never seems to fade. Yeah. According to paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, Annabelle is what they called an inhuman spirit. Not the ghost of a deceased person, but something that was never human to begin with. Something, and I'm going to use a word you don't like, something demonic.
Ew. So, yeah. So the Warrens claimed this entity attached itself to the doll and it used it as a conduit to interact with and terrorise the physical world. But here's what makes Annabelle so particularly dangerous, is that she's not just haunted. She's allegedly possessed by something actively malevolent.
Indeed. Ed Warren himself said that Annabelle was responsible for at least one death and numerous injuries over the decades. That's not your typical ghost story. That's something with the power and intent to kill. And we will mention a few of those later on in the episode.
Yeah, and unlike many paranormal cases that fade into obscurity, Annabelle's story has only grown stronger over time. Like, even today in 2025, people are still reporting strange experiences just from being near her.
Yeah, from being close.
Yeah.
Even looking at the doll.
Just looking at her and going anywhere in the vicinity.
Yeah, people are fainting and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so...
it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
So let's dive in to the history.
Yeah, sit
the
back
beginning
and relax,
of the
guys.
doll.
Sit back and relax. I don't think it's not going to be It's not going to be joyful.
Probably not now. I'll put on my reading voice.
Reading voice.
The story begins now. So the story begins in 1970 when a nursing student named Donna received what seemed like a thoughtful graduation gift from her mother, a vintage Raggedy Ann doll from a local hobby store.
Yeah, I don't understand why she got one though, because Donna was 28 years old and living in Hartford, Connecticut with her roommate Angie.
Maybe when you were a little kid, you always wanted one.
Yeah, but why get one at 28?
Because she always wanted one. I was getting to that.
I know.
Who knows?
Why? But anyway, at first the doll seemed perfectly normal, just a cute, nostalgic toy that Donna kept on her bed as a decoration. Now I think it's saying that it is the 70s, so
and
that
but
stuff
people
was around.
do have dolls and stuff as decoration, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know.
Which we'll discuss later as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
But within weeks of Donna having the doll, both women noticed something unsettling. The doll would be in different positions when they came home. Donna would leave Annabelle sitting on her bed in the morning, but return to find her on the couch or slumped against the wall.
Weird.
Very weird.
Weird. Initially, they rationalised it. Maybe the apartment's vibration. This makes me laugh.
I know.
Maybe the apartment's vibrations from traffic, or the settling of the building caused the doll to shift. Now,
unless your house is made of fucking elastic bands. Yeah.
Sorry, but like, if it was me, and obviously we've got kids and we've got a dog, I just think someone had moved it.
Yeah.
Not the fact that my house is vibrating from traffic.
Yeah. It's a strange... But obviously they didn't have kids or whatever.
But then also, if I lived on my own, didn't have you, if I had a roommate, I'd just think my roommate had been home
And
moved it
Yeah.
because she was looking for something.
Yeah.
But then apparently the movements became more dramatic after that.
Yeah, Donna would come home to find Annabelle in completely different rooms. The doll would be standing upright when she had left it sitting down. Its arms would be crossed when it had originally been at its sides.
Yeah, a bit weird that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then came messages,
Yeah.
apparently. So Donna and Angie would find pieces of parchment paper around the apartment with childlike handwriting that read, "Help us and help Lou." Now, Lou was Angie's fiance, who frequently stayed over.
Yeah, now that's portrayed in the film as well.
Yeah, that's
slightly,
put in the
isn't it?
beginning. I think it's beginning of the second one, I think.
Possibly when they're in the corridor, they try throwing
Yeah,
away and that.
yeah, and it's like the red crayon and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So picture that, because that's what they kept finding.
Get that in your mind. So here's the disturbing part. Neither woman owned parchment paper. They searched the entire apartment and couldn't find where these aged-looking papers were actually coming from.
Do you reckon someone made them with, like, tea bags?
do you think this 3-foot
Like
doll
stained
is just
tea.
making brews and that, and then just
Stained tea on white paper. That's
not
how
Blue
you do
Peter?
Yeah, but that's how you do it, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you can.
Yeah, so after looking for that, the messages always appeared when they were away from the apartment. So they were never done when they were there. And it was always written in what looked like children's handwriting with pencil.
Yeah,
The writing was shaky, desperate, and pleading.
it's always a good sign.
Yeah, always a good sign, isn't it?
But the most terrifying incident happened to Lou himself. One night while staying over, he felt something climb onto his chest while he was laying in bed. When he opened his eyes, Annabelle was sitting on his chest, slowly sliding her rag hands up towards his throat.
Nice.
Oh, what a wake up.
So when Lou woke up, he threw the doll across the room and immediately woke up Donna and Angie. But when they turned on the lights, Annabelle was back in her usual spot in the bed, sitting perfectly still with that stitched smile. How creepy. Like, can you just imagine that?
Yeah, if you were Lou,
If you were Lou, you'd be crapping yourself.
put yourself in, I'm not going to say Lou's shoes because he was in bed, put yourself in Lou's boxes, right?
They would be brown.
Put yourself in his pyjamas. Yeah.
They'd be brown.
Yeah, they would be, definitely brown.
Yeah, they're not nice at all.
But that's when they decided that they actually needed help. They contacted a medium who claimed to communicate with the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins, who had died on the property decades earlier.
So, according to the medium, this little girl's spirit had found comfort in the doll and just wanted to stay with Donna and Angie because she felt safe with them. Feeling sympathetic, the woman gave the spirit permission to inhabit the doll.
Who was this fucking medium?
Who was this medium? Because, no.
Don't give anything permission.
No, you don't do that.
You just don't.
You really don't.
You just don't.
No.
You just don't.
No.
And that decision, according to Ed and Lorraine Warren, was the biggest mistake they could have made.
Yeah, so this is where the Warrens' interpretation becomes crucial to understanding the case.
Yeah.
So Ed and Lorraine Warren called into the investigation in the mid-70s and they immediately recognised what they were dealing with.
Yeah, according to the Warrens, there was never a little girl named Annabelle Higgins who died on the property. The entire story was a deception created by what they called an inhuman spirit. Essentially, a demon.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't do demons.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
So Ed Warren explained that demons are master manipulators. They study their targets, understand their weaknesses, and craft the perfect lie to gain what they need most. And that is permission to enter your life.
Which is essentially what the girls
did
off the back of that.
Yeah, through seeing the medium.
Yeah. The story of a lonely girl who just wanted love and companionship. It was specifically designed to manipulate Donna and Angie's nurturing instincts. As young women trained to be caregivers, they were naturally inclined to help a lost child. So clever if it was.
Yeah. But by giving the spirit permission to stay, they had unknowingly invited something demonic into their home. So in Catholic demonology, which the Warrens followed, invitation is crucial. demons need some form of consent to establish a strong hold.
Yeah, like vampires that can't go in your house until you invite them.
Until you invite them, it's that kind of shit.
They need invited.
You just never say, yeah, okay. You say, no, I do not give you permission.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere, you need to make sure you do that.
Yeah, I mean, we watch a program called Supernatural. If you're not seen it, very good.
Yeah, you need to watch that.
Even on that show, angels and load of weird stuff goes on. But even they need permission to go in.
Yeah.
So Lorraine Warren, she claims to be a clairvoyant and said she could sense a malevolent presence around the doll immediately. She described it as cold, hostile, and completely inhuman. Nothing like the gentle child spirit that the medium had described.
So the attachment process, according to the Warrens, follows a pattern. It's infestation, oppression, and then possession. So the doll represented the infestation stage, the demon establishing a physical presence in our world.
But the entity's ultimate goal wasn't to possess the doll, it obviously wanted to possess a human being. Lou, who had the most dramatic encounters with Annabelle, was likely being targeted for that possession.
So Ed believed that if they hadn't intervened when they did, the demon would have eventually succeeded in possessing Lou, using him as a vessel to cause much greater harm.
The fact that the entity chose an innocent-looking children's toy as its vessel was no accident. It was psychological warfare. Who suspects a cute Raggedy Ann doll of harbouring something evil?
I don't.
Fucking no one, no.
I don't. Even though I fligging hate dolls.
Oh, I hate dolls.
Can't stand it was before Annabelle as well.
But it's just a cute doll, in the Isle of Argos. You wouldn't know.
No, still don't look at it.
Oh God, we are haunted. Right.
So let's talk about the specific paranormal activity that's been documented around Annabelle over the decades. And fair warning, some of these accounts are generally disturbing.
So these are things that are officially documented for the Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
So things that have happened and have been recorded, etc., etc. So this is just some of.
Yeah, some of them that we found.
There's going to be a lot more.
Yeah, there'll be a hell of a lot
But these are the main ones that have been documented. So beyond the movement and mysterious messages, there were actually also physical attacks. Lou reported waking up with scratch marks on his chest that formed specific patterns, marks that appeared overnight without any explanation.
During one incident, Lou and Angie were planning a road trip and jokingly asked Annabelle if she wanted to come along. Sorry, I think it's stupid. Oh, God, why have you done that?
Oh,
but later that day, Lou's brakes failed while he was driving. He managed to stop the car safely, but when he looked in his rearview mirror, he swore he saw Annabelle in the back seat.
Fuck that shit.
Imagine that. You're just there driving, your fucking brakes go, and it's like, oh shit.
He needs to
and
start
then look in your rearview mirror, and there's the doll.
He just needs to start buying brown pants at this point.
Yeah.
So, the Warrens documented that Annabelle would leave what they call calling cards, i.e. signs that she was still active. People would find small objects moved in their homes after encountering the doll, or experience electronic disturbances.
Yeah, so in the Warrens Museum, staff reported that the temperature would drop significantly near Annabelle's case. Cameras would malfunction and visitors would feel an overwhelming sense of dread.
One of the most chilling incidents actually happened in the 1980s when a young man visited the museum and mockingly challenged Annabelle, banging on her glass case and daring her to scratch him like she had done to Lou.
So Ed Warren told him to leave immediately, but the man laughed it off. Oh, God, I hate this bit. He and his girlfriend left the museum and were driving home on their motorcycle when they lost control and crashed into a tree.
The girlfriend survived with only minor injuries, but the man who had taunted Annabelle was killed instantly.
Yeah.
Ed Warren actually believes this wasn't a coincidence, and it was something to do with Annabelle and maybe a slight sprinkling of revenge.
That read that one a lot. And
I mean, it's a coincidence. But
it's a coincidence.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean, they say, isn't there's no coincidences.
Yeah.
That's what they say. There's never a coincidence when it comes to stuff in the paranormal.
No.
But that's one of the ones we've read multiple times, and it always freaks me out.
Yeah, it always pops up.
Yeah.
But that is odd.
So more recently, there have been reports of people who have visited the museum before it closed to the public in 2018. Visitors described feeling physically ill, experiencing sudden headaches, or having nightmares for weeks after seeing the doll.
Social media has documented numerous accounts of people claiming their lives fell apart after visiting Annabelle. Relationships ending, job losses, accidents, and health problems, all allegedly starting shortly after their encounters with Annabelle.
Coincidence?
I think not.
So in 2025, during Annabelle's touring event, so yeah, she's been on tour around the
she
United
goes on
States.
tour,
She's been around a bit. God
Taylor
love
Swift,
her.
eat your heart out.
Yeah, no. Multiple people have actually reported similar experiences. So one woman claimed that after attending an Evening with Annabelle event, she experienced a series of increasingly dangerous incidents. So that included
Fucking hell.
kitchen fires, near-miss car accidents, and strange shadows in her actual home. And this was not even being near her. This was just going to the Annabelle event.
I suppose that leaves different people being more susceptible to things as
Yeah.
well. Like obviously the two girls originally with Lou,
Yeah.
it went after Lou.
Yeah.
Because he was, I guess, more not weak but more susceptible to it.
Yeah.
And I suppose different people react differently, or if it can sense someone's weaker in a way than
Yeah.
someone else, and it's gonna prey on
Or
that, as it
Lou
were.
mocked her and thought, sod you then, I'm going after you.
Oh,
Because it's
well,
her doll, is it? It was Angie's,
Yeah, I suppose it
Donna
didn't-
and Angie's doll.
And he's not going to say that he
And
took
he's
the
not
piss
going
out
to
of the
say,
doll,
oh,
is he?
take the piss out of a doll, is he? But he's probably
No.
gone, what the fligging hell's that on your bed? It looks like shit. And then the doll, Annabelle's just thought, all right then, I'll show you how shit I can be.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fair play. Well, the pattern is always the same. People approach Annabelle with skepticism or mockery, and then experience a sudden downturn in their lives immediately after.
Yeah, which makes me think that's why it attached to Lou.
You
Because
think-
I reckon he mocked it.
Well, probably
I
because
reckon it's mocked.
he probably did, because the girls were how old? 28.
28, yeah.
So he probably walked in as a bloke and was like, "Why have you got a doll?"
Yeah.
How
Like I
old
said,
are-
you're 28, why have you got a doll?
How old are you? Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Stuff
I
like
got
that.
dolls when I was a kid. I don't buy new ones unless it's a plushie.
Good
but,
grief.
But do you know what I mean? It's like that's the only explanation I can think of for why it wasn't attacking
Maybe.
Donna or Angie
Yeah,
and it went
maybe.
for Lou, because of all the stuff that's now going on still at 2025.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So whether you believe in the supernatural or not, the consistency of these reports
Across
is really
across the
unsettling.
decades.
It's not
Yeah.
even just like it's still going on. Like I said,
Yeah. Still to this
Mental.
day, there's people experiencing odd
mental.
shit. so
Like we said, no
So
coincidences.
we're going to move on to now the effects on people. So the psychological and physical effects on people who've encountered Annabelle are remarkably consistent, like we've just said, which is either proof of her power or evidence of mass suggestion, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, so Donna, the original owner, reported chronic nightmares and a persistent feeling of being watched even after the doll was removed from her home. She allegedly moved multiple times, always feeling like something was following her.
Fucking it. That's the worst, isn't it, when
Yeah.
you can't actually get away from anything.
Yeah, and you just feel like you're constantly being followed.
You moved house multiple times and you
Yeah.
can still think, fuck that.
Yeah, it's not the greatest,
No.
is it?
So, Lou had the most intense encounters, as we've discussed, and developed what we might now recognise as PTSD. He became extremely paranoid about dolls and refused to be alone in rooms with them for the rest of his life.
I'm not surprised.
I know.
Museum visitors consistently report similar experiences: sudden temperature drops, feelings of nausea, overwhelming dread, and an inexplicable urge to leave immediately.
Photography is also another common issue. People report that their cameras malfunction, specifically when trying to photograph the doll, or that their photos turn out strangely distorted or contain unexplained shadows or orbs.
Yeah, so several paranormal investigators who studied the doll report ongoing harassment in their personal lives. So, like objects moving in their home, electronic disturbances, and family members actually experiencing nightmares. So not even them; it's the family members.
Yeah, I know. So it's people that are close to them.
Yeah,
What's particularly interesting is that even skeptics and debunkers who've encountered Annabelle have actually admitted to feeling rather uncomfortable around her, even if they attribute it to psychological suggestion rather than supernatural causes. The fact that even people who don't
fully believe
in this shit
are even going, whoa.
I do feel fucking weird though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What is that?
But then that could be psychological.
It could be
because
suggestive.
because like we've said in The Conjuring, because of the Conjuring movie, you know more about her. Because yes, it was little snippets, but there was bits that actually have happened through our research.
But if you are that much of a non-believer or a skeptic,
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't think about it. Would
it
you?
shouldn't
Like
affect
it's
you.
a
It's a
fucking doll.
fucking doll. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so I don't know, but that's that's that bit.
That's that bit. So
Strange.
Annabelle is, as of 2025, remains in Monroe in Connecticut and the Warren Occult Museum, though there have been some significant developments recently.
The museum itself has actually been closed to regular public visits since 2018 due to zoning violations, but the doll is still secured in her specially designed glass case with Ed Warren's handwritten warning, "Positively do not open."
Yeah, you should have seen that if you're a paranormal investigator or you like the paranormal. You've seen the picture.
Yeah, you know
She's
what it
in
is.
the case,
Yeah.
and that sign is there.
Yeah.
So here's where it gets interesting. In August 2025, comedian Matt Rife purchased the Warren home and became the legal guardian of the entire haunted collection, including Annabelle, for at least 5 years.
Yeah, so he's quite funny actually.
Yeah, you watch him, don't you?
But yeah, I think he co-owns it with someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he now has the
He's got the
I'm just gonna say burden.
He's got the burden
of
for
housing
5 years.
that room, because that room is absolutely
It's full.
And we'll probably do an episode
on
just on that room.
Yeah, just on the Warrens room that they've got.
We could probably do a season on that, but
Yeah.
so we'll delve into that in a future date.
Yeah.
But even more controversial, Annabelle has actually been on tour, as we discussed. She's been travelling around.
Yeah.
She's been taken across a tour of the United States, making stops in West Virginia, New Orleans, San Antonio, and other locations for special events.
So, with this tour, it has caused significant debate in the paranormal community. Many believe that removing Annabelle from her controlled environment could be extremely dangerous, potentially spreading her influence to new locations.
Well, that's in the films, I believe, with Ed Lorraine Warren. That room is there for a fucking reason, isn't it? So there's that many objects and shite in there, including Annabelle.
They're all demonic possessed items, and
they're all cursed or demonic, or something's attached or something.
Something's been there for like an exorcism.
But they're meant to stay in that room because the room gets blessed by a priest and also every single day or something like that, and that shit should stay there. So it's not surprising that would cause a bit of a ruckus.
Yeah.
Yes, I use that word, and I don't use it often.
No, you never do.
Causes a ruckus, because she shouldn't be let out, really.
No.
Not if you believe what you believe.
Yeah.
You know.
Completely.
Well, I know. There were also viral rumours in May 2025 that Annabelle had actually gone missing, but these were quickly debunked. She was simply travelling for these special events, and she's now returned home to Connecticut.
Yeah, and the fact that she's under new ownership and being moved around has some paranormal experts concerned that her activity might increase or that she might establish new haunted locations during her travels.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about her having a little tour.
I think she should have stayed where she was.
Or at least take the case.
They took the case, didn't they?
No.
They took her out.
I think they took her out the case.
Shut your face.
I've not seen pictures of her in the case. I've seen images of her about on the tour, but I've not actually seen her sat in the case.
Oh, I thought they would have been in the case.
I might have to look up that.
Oh my god.
Do an update on the socials.
Yeah. So let's have a look at the films, right? Obviously, we got the Annabelle films. Let's see what they get right and what they get wrong.
Okay.
Right, so let's address the elephant in the room. The Conjuring universe movies have made Annabelle world famous, but how accurate were they?
Okay, so the biggest and most obvious difference is the doll's appearance.
Yeah.
The real Annabelle is a soft, cuddly Raggedy Ann doll, and not the terrifying Victorian porcelain doll we see in the films, which is actually really horrible.
It is terrifying.
It's awful.
Yeah,
They've done
Yeah.
Props have done an amazing job there.
They've done it for the film, and it looks fucking good.
Yeah.
According to Lorraine Warren herself, they changed the doll's appearance because they're worried people might be afraid of actual Raggedy Ann dolls, which are obviously still popular toys.
Well, yeah, they're still on the shelves, aren't they?
Yeah.
So the movie's also created an elaborate backstory about a doll maker and his daughter and a satanic cult. So according to the Warrens, none of this is true. The real Annabelle's origin is much more simpler, but arguably more terrifying. It's just an ordinary doll that became a vessel for something inhuman.
Yeah.
It's just a doll.
Yeah, I mean...
That's it. It's not come from an occult. It's not come from anything like that. It is just literally a doll.
Just a doll someone bought, and then something got attached to it somehow.
Yeah. I think it does actually make it more freaky.
It does make it more freaky. No backstory. It's just bang, there you go.
It's
now I'm haunted.
Yeah.
So, that's nice. What the movies get right is the sense of escalating dread and the entity's manipulative nature. The films accurately portrayed how the demon studies its victims and then exploits their weaknesses.
Yeah, so the movies also correctly show Annabelle as a conduit rather than the actual threat.
Yeah.
Just like in real life, the doll is a tool used by something much more dangerous.
However, the films make Annabelle much more physically active than the real doll ever was. The real Annabelle's movements were subtle and rare, not the dramatic levitations and attacks that we see on the screen.
Yeah, I think there's a bit where she's turned the telly on and everything and written on the TV.
Yeah,
and
she's
done
watching
all that.
Netflix, having popcorn and shit.
That's what I mean, they exaggerate it all because they have to for
it's
a
a
movie,
film, yeah,
but
otherwise
it's
it'd be-
literally tiny knocks.
You're not going to watch an
Like
hour and a half
handmaiden
of,
of it.
and then a hand moves once.
You're not, are you?
You know?
No. It's like, oh look, a thumbs up.
And then the film ends.
And the film ends,
Like the
yeah.
end of Terminator.
The movie also missed the most chilling aspect of the real story, the ordinariness of it all. So, a nursing student gets a doll from her mum, it moves slightly, strange notes appear. These small, almost mundane events are somehow more terrifying than any Hollywood special effect. And I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if it's happening to you, 100%.
It's just normal. It's just normal day life. It's not exaggerated. It's something that's in your home that's just slightly moving.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's horrible.
Yeah, and then little notes being left.
Yeah.
Fucked up shit, that.
I know.
What's particularly interesting, though, is that Lorraine Warren did actually have significant input on the first Conjuring movie, but admitted that the Annabelle spin-offs were largely fabricated for entertainment value.
Yeah, and the core truth that the films do capture is the Warrens' belief that Annabelle represented something generally evil, and that has the power to affect people's lives in very real ways.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool because obviously Ed and Lorraine Warren have been going for years. Well, they're both passed now, but
Yeah, they were going
for years,
long
and they had
ass
so
time.
many cases. So many cases.
So, what do we make of the Annabelle case? Is she truly a demonic entity using a child's toy to terrorise the living, or is she the result of suggestion, coincidence, and decades of urban legend building?
So the sceptical view would point out that the Warrens were showmen who built careers on paranormal claims that were never scientifically verified. The consistency of reports could be explained by the power of suggestion and confirmation bias.
But believers would argue that the sheer number of consistent reports across decades from people who had no connection to each other whatsoever suggests something genuinely paranormal is happening here.
Yeah, so what's undeniable is that Annabelle has become more than just a doll. She's a cultural phenomenon that continues to terrify people over 50 years after her story began.
Whether you believe in her supernatural power or not, Annabelle represents something primal in human psychology. Our fear of the familiar turned sinister, of childhood innocence corrupted, of the thin line between the natural and supernatural worlds.
As she continues to travel across the country in 2025, Annabelle's legend only grows stronger. New reports are showing up all the time on social media. New people claim to have been affected by her influence.
Maybe that's the most unsettling thing about Annabelle. Real or not, her power seems to be growing and not diminishing with time.
Okay, so we'd love to hear your thoughts on this actual topic. Do you believe Annabelle's supernatural power, or do you think there's a more rational explanation? Have any of you had any experiences with allegedly haunted objects? Now, me personally, I haven't, but dolls have always freaked me out. Always,
Yeah.
even before I knew about the Annabelle doll. This is going back to when I was younger, living at home, had shared a room with my sister. we both had a porcelain doll,
Yeah.
and it was in a little alcove in my bedroom, which was fine in the day, absolutely fine.
All good.
Now and again, I used to feel like it followed me. You know, when you walk past it and you feel like the eyes.
The
are on
eyes
you.
do in porcelain dolls. Yeah.
And before I went to bed, I used to have to turn it round. And that I used to turn as I walked past after going to the toilet, turn it round. And my sister would be like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Oh, I've got to turn it round." And staring at me, but. That and clowns.
that and clowns.
That and clowns. Don't do clowns.
Well, my mum also had 2 or 3 of these porcelain dolls, and they used to freak me out. If I had to go into her room to get anything, they just used to have them sitting on the bed, and like you said, the eyes just seemed to follow. I used to hate going in there just for that reason alone.
I'm fine with like Raggedy Ann dolls. They don't freak me out. Like when I look at the Annabelle doll, it doesn't scare me because it is just a Raggedy Ann doll. Because I had one when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't know what it is about a porcelain doll. I think it's because maybe
it's more lifelike, but
it's more
realistic
looking because of the porcelain itself.
It's just creepy, isn't it?
But yeah, it's
and all it takes is one crack, glue it back on, that thing looks like fucking nightmare fuel.
Yeah, an eye pops out.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
The eye pops out. It's got one eye.
One little chip on its cheek, and it's like, what the fuck is that thing?
And they've always got them weird dresses on.
Yeah,
like the little frilly dresses and then the socks and the shoes.
Because that's what that was the thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, mine had a little bonnet as well.
Yeah, my mum's had bonnet things.
Yeah, bonnet ones. Yeah.
Absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, horrible. That's it for us from this episode.
Thank you for listening to us rattle on about a doll.
I know, right? If you have a paranormal story, email us at tilldeathparapod@gmail.com.
And to speak to us more personally, please join our Discord community, which is the Till Death Society, by using the links in the description of the podcast and on all our socials. Just remember,
not everything that knocks
should be answered.
Bye.